So I've been learning about a lot of different subjects with regards to Norway, and they've all been overwhelmingly positive. Norway just seems like a great place to live, and I want to look at another subject which I'm guessing is probably going to be overwhelmingly positive as well, and that's the Norwegian educational system. This is called Why Norway has the best educational system in the world. So I know that the Norwegian educational system is very highly regarded and highly respected. Is it the best in the world, in your opinion? If you're from Norway, tell me what you think the good points about the Norwegian educational system are. Is there any negatives in your opinion? Let's watch this.
You are watching Places. Every Tuesday, we bring you an insightful look into fascinating events from all around the world. Why Norway has the best educational system in the world. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to our channel. We are sure that most of you are aware about the richness and beauty of the Scandinavian countries like Norway, but in today's video, we're taking a look at their education system, which is considered to be world-class. So let's understand what makes Norway's education system ideal for the rest of the world, and what opportunities it can bring to us all. Introduction. As we mentioned earlier, Norway is one of the rich Scandinavian countries that has one of the best standards of living across the globe. Everything here is pretty expensive, but the education here is completely free. Yes, you heard that right. Almost all schools in Norway are public schools funded by the government through the taxes collected, due to which education until high school is free, and even the public universities do not charge tuition fees for the courses offered.
Yeah, I think already that's one of the biggest things compared to a lot of countries worldwide. The fact it's free, not only free, but you get such a high quality of education as well. It's a great thing. I think it's the envy of a lot of countries. But being from Scotland, we actually have similar primary school, high school and university are all free as well. So one of the first things I can say that maybe Scotland is on par with Norway and not lagging behind Norway.
In 2018, the Norwegian government proposed an increase in the state budget of $11.74 million for efforts on early intervention in kindergarten, along with primary and lower secondary school, and with $23.48 million toward efforts on early intervention provided to municipalities through their free income to administer these public schools. But first, let us understand how this nation managed to create such a well-designed education system in the first place. The past. If you look at any country in the world, including the United States, privatization in the education system and poorly designed certified courses have either made higher education unaffordable or has discouraged students from taking up higher education post-high school altogether. But in 1997 in Norway, the primary and middle school education system was reformed and a new curriculum was implemented. Under this reform, the local municipalities were made responsible to run public schools until the middle school level, and up until 2005, private schools were practically illegal in the country. This resulted in strengthening the quality of education provided by public schools, as all children, regardless of status, went to the same class of public school, putting a check on the level of education and facilities provided by public schools.
Yeah, I think that is a very important thing and something that is quite unique to Norway and other northern European countries. The fact that every child, no matter of their background or privilege, they all have to go to the same school, and it puts everybody at the same level, is very equal, shows that equality, and it gives everybody the same chance. And it's really interesting they mentioned there that it was 1997 there was some reform. That's the biggest thing like that a country can do, is make some sort of big reform to the system. A lot of countries don't have that bravery or long-term thinking to actually do that, but the fact Norway did that, took that step, and is obviously benefiting from it now, it's a great thing. What do you think about that reformation or reform time in 1997? Was it a big thing?
In 2006, private schools were made largely legal in Norway, and today there are several international schools and specialized schools that teach an English curriculum and are popular amongst the expatriates. Also in 2006, there was a reform made for improving the high school curriculum in Norway. But before getting to that, let us first understand the basic design of the education system in this country. The school system. Scientific studies have proven that students tend to learn better and faster when they are taught in their mother tongue. And owing to this fact, the entire education in schools in Norway is in the Norwegian language, except for foreign language courses offered by these schools. All public schools have the same syllabus and standard of education, allowing parents in Norway to not worry about which school is the best in their town.
And that's also the important thing. Being someone who's British, who lives in Malaysia, who has a son who will be starting school within the next couple of years, we're having to look about all these different schools, do a lot of research on the curriculums, the teachers, to see how their qualifications are, their experience, everything about. We have to do so much research, so much work, rather than this system, which is so much better. Like, you don't have to worry about these things. You can just put your child into any school and be confident that they're going to get a good level of education. It's something that maybe people in Norway take for granted, but it's such a great thing, actually.
The schooling system in Norway consists of 3 parts: primary school, middle school, and high school. The primary school consists of grades between 1st to 7th, and these years are considered to be pretty relaxing for students, with only a few standardized tests.
Yeah, that sounds like the same as the UK. We have primary school, which is 1 to 7. Primary 1 to 7 is aged like 5 to 12. So maybe actually a similar situation. And yeah, very little focus on testing as well.
Middle school consists of grades 8 to 10. Students are given a choice of studying various electives and foreign languages as part of their will during middle school, with a few extra standardized tests and continuous monitoring of grades. Middle school years are a little less relaxing for students. On the basis of their academic performance in the middle school, students are admitted to high schools where
Yeah, so with regards to middle school, we don't have that in the UK. We just go into secondary school, high school, which is age 12 to 18. But we have that similar structure where you start to do testing, then you get put into classes based on your ability, then you start to do exams and so on, so you kind of work your way through, then you make choices with subjects and so on. Also, with regards to foreign languages, what foreign languages are taught in Norwegian schools? Is it other Scandinavian, Nordic countries? Is it the more Western, Central European countries? And is there any interesting subjects you learn in Norway that you think might not learn in any other countries?
where they can study from grades 11 to 13. Although the students have a choice to quit schooling after graduating from middle school, the majority of students continue on their schooling into high school, since there are hardly any jobs available for the middle school graduates. In high school, students choose from 3 streams, which help them decide if they want to prepare themselves for university education or take more creative and artistic subjects, or pursue a combination of both.
Tell me what you made. What decision did you make on that? Did you choose a stream? Do you know of anybody that chose a stream and maybe regretted it after like a couple months or a year or anything like that? Was there an opportunity to move from one stream to another after making that decision?
The reforms in 2006, which we mentioned earlier, has helped in providing the choice between vocational and general studies' path during high school. The students also have an option to spend 1 year or longer of high school in a foreign country as an exchange student.
Whoa, that sounds great as well. We never had that opportunity in my school in Scotland anyway. Did you do that? Do you know anybody that did it? I think that would be a fantastic thing, especially being at a young age, being able to maybe immerse yourself in another language, another culture. That was something I would really have appreciated, actually.
The education that makes you happy. All over the globe, we can find multiple examples where students are stressed out because of intensive learning and exams they go through. But in Norway, you'll rarely find any such student. Any guesses as to why? Well, students here do not have homework. We're sure you all must be jealous after hearing that one. The schools in Norway strongly believe that the childhood days are some of the most valuable days in one's life, and the teachers at school encourage students to socialize, pursue sports, and have fun, rather than boring them with loads of homework.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, again, like I mentioned, I live in Asia now, and it's completely the opposite. Here, not only do they have homework, a lot of kids do like a couple of hours tuition afterwards, after school. So basically, I've full days, 12 hours of just education, and it's very little of that social interaction, very little focus on sporting, like extracurricular activities and things like that. It's all very focused on the education, and I think it can be quite stressful for children. That's why we'd maybe consider sending our son to more like an international school. But having no homework, do you think that's a overall good thing, or do you think there could be anything bad about it?
They believe that this helps an overall development of the students as they spend more time outdoors after school, and also improves their efficiency. Even the methodology of teaching students is not tailored to prepare them for doing well in standardized tests, but to make them good citizens, because, well, not all people need a good SAT score to become successful.
Very true.
The university system. There are 23 listed universities in Norway, including both public and private, although the public universities do not charge tuition fees. The private universities are allowed to do so. The universities here offer various courses for bachelor's and master's degrees. The bachelor's degree takes 3 years to complete, while master's will take 2 more, and for obtaining a PhD, an additional 3 years are needed. Most of the master's courses are designed in such a way that students get a hands-on experience by working in their respective fields through internships, making them more competitive in a professional environment. Norway has signed the Bologna process, which aims at making higher education in Europe more compatible. The Bologna process includes the European Credit Transfer and Accumulation System that allows students with degrees from Norwegian universities to hold certification recognized by other countries worldwide. This provision helps students to take up jobs in other parts of the world, and that is one of the reasons for growing popularity of Norwegian universities amongst the international students.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing as well, really. I'm someone who I was born in Scotland, studied there, went to university there, but after 3 years of working in Scotland, I moved to Asia. I've been here for over a decade now, and I love it. It's been like such an amazing experience. Tell me, if you're from Norway, was that a big positive for you? Did you move out of Norway and work anywhere else? What's your experience of that?
Education opportunities for foreign nationals. Although Norway is a small country with a population of around 5 million people, today there are more than 15,000 international students in Norwegian universities, and 4 of the universities in Norway are listed in the QS World University Rankings 2019, with the University of Oslo in the capital city sitting in the 135th position worldwide. For many of the outsiders, the extreme weather conditions in Norway could be a major hurdle in moving here for pursuing education. But the presence of a warm Gulf Stream means the country is not as cold as one would imagine. The coastal part of the nation is relatively mild, and the average winter temperature rarely goes beneath -4 degrees Celsius, or 28.4 degrees Fahrenheit, which means you can comfortably move around in well-covered layers. In December 2018, Norway adopted dual citizenship and became the last nation in the Nordic region to make this amendment in its citizenship laws. Although this doesn't make it any easier to obtain citizenship for foreign nationals, it will definitely help people of Norwegian origins settled in other parts of the world to move home whenever they feel like it. And for any of you already planning to make a trip to this beautiful nation to learn more about their educational system, we suggest you have your own secured internet connection. That's why we recommend using a VPN. It's a super easy to use piece of software that protects your data online, so the government or other companies. The impact of the digital revolution in the field of education was discussed at Norway Day of 2017 by the Norwegian Contact Office for Research, Innovation and Education in collaboration with the Norwegian Mission to the EU. During this event, the next framework for the Program for Research and Innovation was proposed to be submitted, which aims at developing a workforce that is digitally skilled and better prepared to cope with upcoming technological advancements. Information technology is already a part of their school curriculum, and the public schools teaching digital skills are being encouraged by providing perks like free laptops. Conclusion. Education plays a very important role in creating successful professionals and responsible citizens. For any country, a well-educated young population is the building blocks of the nation's technological, economic, and overall development. Norway is thus leading by example, not just in Europe, but all over the world when it comes to government efforts in creating a promising future in the form of a well-educated youth. It may not be possible for all countries to replicate Norway's educational model, considering the unique factors of this country like its size and affluence. But all other nations can definitely modify and try to implement a few things that could help to improve their educational system. Question. We know we have a large international audience, and we would love to know interesting facts.
Yeah, so very, very interesting video. Definitely, as I mentioned, that it's very positive. Again, seems like a great education system, especially all the way through. It's just consistently good and very well organized. So again, if you're from Norway, tell me what you think about the educational system in your country. This is all very positive. Is there anything negative about it? Was there anything you didn't agree with or didn't like? And yeah, recommend some other videos. I'll check them out soon. Thanks.